Good morning to all. We are discussing push down automata, that is PDA. PDA, as already discussed, it is used for the context free languages, CFL, or it is the grammar, that is nothing but the context free grammar. And the important difference between the PDA is that it is nothing but your finite automata, but the automata is given with some storage media or some storage capacity in the form of stack that gives a more power, that gives a more efficiency to this particular machine. That is nothing but your push down automata as compared to your finite state machine or the finite automata like NFA or DFA. So we discuss about the definition of PDA, the instantaneous description. Also, we have seen a few examples on this PDA, how the PDA works, how to write the instantaneous description for the PDA. So the automata, they are called as the language acceptor, or they are used for the language recognition. However, the finite state machines, they have the limited memory, which prevents them from accepting the context-free languages. They are not able to accept the context-free languages generated by the context-free grammar. So a new type of computational model called as the push-down automata or PDA, it has been developed. It is also called as the stack automata. See here carefully. So the stack, it works on the principle of LIFO, as you know that the stack principle is last in first out, and that stack provides the unlimited memory to this push down automata. So in simple word, push down automata is nothing but your finite state machine or finite automata given with the stack memory, given with the stack memory. An important point here is to remember is that PDA is the way to implement the context free grammar, where similarly in the way that the DFA, which implements the regular grammar. Regular grammar, which defines your regular languages, it is implemented by deterministic finite automata, whereas your CFA or CFG, context-free grammar, it is now implemented with the help of our push-down automata or the PDA, right? So the operations, you have to write the element or you have to insert the element, that is nothing but your push operation, or you have to read the element or remove the element, that is called as the pop operation from the stack itself. So it is, that's why it is called as the push down automata, right? So PDA having these three basic components as already discussed: input tape, finite control, and the scanning head, and the stack memory. The input tape, which consists of your input, it consists of your input string. So string is given here, for example, AABB, and the finite control means, and the state control means it controls the states from Q0 to Q1, Q1 to Q2 in this way. And also you have the stack memory available with you. It has the stack memory. So together, consisting of these three components, your PDA works with the input tape, finite control, scanning head, and the stack, right? So let us see some more examples. So actions, the PDA actions, that is push action, pop action, and the no actions are there. So three important actions are performed by this PDA. A push action, suppose if you have the current state, and as we know that the delta function of this PDA, it is described like this: Q into input into tau, that gives you Q into tau. So where this Q is nothing but the set, it is nothing but the state. Input is the current input alphabet, current input from the string. Suppose if I have the string double A double B, and the state is, for example, Q0. This is the initial, this is the first character read, that is input A, and tau means your stack symbol. Initially it is, say, for example, Z0. So it is a Z0. So Q0 A Z0, that gives you Q, means next state is, say, for example, Q0, and stack symbol is A, means this is nothing but A Z0. Means what you are going to do, actually you are going to push this A symbol into the stack. This A is pushed inside the stack. It is a small A actually. So if the current state is Q0, input is A, top of the stack is Z0, then machine go into the state Q1, or it may go into Q1 or Q0 by pushing element A into the stack, So if it is the case, current state is Q0, input is A, current stack symbol tau is Z0, and you are going to have the push operation. You have to simply write, you have to simply combine A Z0. You have to simply combine A, small a, Z0, means you are pushing into the stack. So here you can assume stack in this way. You can assume the stack horizontal stack. So here is A, So you have just now pushed A inside the stack, right? Pop operation. So always use epsilon for the pop operation, and you have to change the state from Q0 to Q1. So Q0 is the state. You have to change the state to Q. Suppose you want to pop the current symbol from the top of the stack. So this symbols, then you have to use this Q1 epsilon. So Q1 epsilon means you have to change the state from the current state and use epsilon. Epsilon indicates whatever may be the top of the stack. Here is, say for example, Z0 is the at the top of the stack. That Z0 symbol is now popped from the stack. It will be removed, it will be erased from the stack. And no operation means, yes, you read the input string and the top of the stack is A. Same here, you have the state and you have the top of the stack remains unchanged here. Top of the stack remains unchanged in that particular case, right? So let us see some more examples on the push down automata. So design a PDA. So see carefully. Design a PDA for accepting a language, and the language is defined capital L equal to A raised to M, B raised to M dot C raised to N, where M and N, they are greater equal to 1. They are greater equal to 1. So A raised to M, B raised to M means the number of A followed by number of B, they are same, but C is having any number. So let us see. First, you have to write down the logic, how to design the automata. So we have to design the push down automata means what? We have to design the automata in the form of its ID rules. In the form of ID rules or instantaneous description rules means you have to write down the transition. For example, Q0A Z0. Then what will be the output? In this way, we have to describe all the rules in the automata. So while describing all the ID rules in this PDA, we have to think on all the conditions, which will be the condition arises while executing this particular, while reading a string by the automata, right? So let us see the logic. So this is the language in which all the A's are followed by equal number of B's followed by any number of C's. The simple logic that we can apply is, so this language, first describe the language. So this is a language in which all A's are followed by equal number of B, because A raised to M, B raised to N, and any number of C's. The language contains equal number of A, equal number of B, but there are any number of C's are there. So as we read, go on pushing A onto the stack. So first step, what we have to follow, we have to push all A onto the stack. As soon as we read B, means in the string, suppose this is the string A, B, B, because 2A, 2B, and C may be any number of C there. So wherever you find A in the input string, what we have to do for A, we have to use the push operation. And as soon as we find B, as soon as we read B or automata that PDA read B, we have to pop one A from the stack. Getting this point? So A we have to push inside the stack. As soon as we reach to the B, so read every B and you pop out the A. So for this B, you pop this A. For second B, you have to pop the second A from the stack. Right? Then what about C? So repeat this process, which reading all B's. So for all A and all B, we have to repeat the process. Now when we read C, simply read C and do nothing, because there is a random number of C. C may be 1, C may be 2, C may be 3, and it is not related with your A and B, right? So number of C's are arbitrary in the given language. So we are not going to do any operation. That is nothing but our NOP, no operation. While reading the C, we have to simply read the C and leave the PDA as it is, right? So try to write the instantaneous description for this language. So first step, the first ID rule we write like this: delta Q0A Z0. So first write down first rule. Delta current state is Q0, input symbol is A. If there is input symbol is A and the current stack is Z0, suppose, then what we have to do? We have to push this A inside the stack. The A is pushed. So first A is pushed inside the stack or onto the stack. This is the first ID rule we have described for our PDA, right? So be carefully, see, observe carefully on the screen how the rules are written here, right? The next point, now next rule. Now suppose second rule is delta, second rule we have written delta Q0A. Now input is A and the top of the stack is A. If this is the second condition, then also what we have to do? We have to push this A into the stack. So this is the top of the stack. This is our top of the TOS. and this is the newly pushed A. So extra A is pushed onto the stack. We have to push extra A into the stack. These are the two rules firstly defined for A. Now what happens if B is encountered? If B is encountered in reading, so what will be the condition or what will be the rule? So PDA rule we write for the B is that if input letter is B, if in the input string, if the B is read by the PDA and top of the stack is A, this is always remember, this is POS, this is the top of the stack and this is your input character always, and this is your current state for all, right? So B is read and top of the stack is, say for example, A, then what operation as per our logic we have to follow? We have to follow the pop operation for every B. So that's why pop B on reading A. So pop operation is always indicated by Q1 comma epsilon. So always use this rule for the pop operation. Means whatever may be the top of the stack, this A will be pop out from the stack. Getting this point? You have to write down Q1 comma epsilon to pop the B from the stack. Sorry, to pop A from the stack, and when you read the B, Number 4. Now see here, see what is the difference between this rule as third and fourth. Here your state is Q0BA and the fourth rule is Q1BA. Now the PDA is in the state Q1 and it is, so one can say this is the first A pop out. This is the first A pop out and these are the subsequent A. Subsequent A means for pop operation we are always changing the state. So first A is popped out, that's why state changes from Q0 to Q1. Now see here, now you are in the PDA is in Q1 state and still it reads B, and on the top of the stack suppose A it finds, then also we have to pop out all the remaining A. So all remaining A excluding first A, that will be pop on the every B read. Getting this point or not? So that's why this rule is written here, Q1 comma B, current input is B and top of the stack is A, then also we are keeping the same state Q1 comma epsilon. So A is, so all other A are popped out with this particular transition rule. Number 4. Next one. See, now this is all about your A and B. So you go on pushing whatever may be the A you have. You are pushing all A, and if you read B subsequently A, so you are pushing A inside the stack and you are popping A outside the stack as soon as you read the B. Right now C. So suppose if the C is encountered, if the C is read in the string, then what is to be done here? Suppose first C. If C is the first character or the C is the only character in the list, Q1, C is read and the top of the stack is Z0. For example, in the stack there is no entry there, or the stack is currently empty. So I can say that C Z0. So what we have to do here? Simply read C and do nothing. What we have to do here? We have to simply read C and we are not going to do anything here, right? That's why Q1, we are at PDA is at state Q1, the current input read is C and the stack is empty, then also we are not going to change the state, as well as we are not going to push or pop from that particular PDA, that stack, right? Okay, next, suppose next operation is, suppose Q1 string is empty. Now there is no further character to read. That is there is no A, no B, and no C. Then what happen? And B is on the top of the stack. Then suppose small b is on the top of the stack. Then you have to change the state from Q1 to Q2 and Z0. Means this is nothing but Q2 is nothing but your accept state. You have to write down the rule like this. Current state is Q1. The input is say for example epsilon, because no character is to be read, and on the top of the stack suppose B is there, then just write down Q2 Z0, and where Q2 is the final state or the accept state, and means when you reach to the final state successfully, we can say that yes, the string is been accepted by our automata successfully, right? So here, while where Q0 is the start state and Q2 is the final or accept state, when we reach to this state with epsilon input and having an empty stack, we have to move to the accept state. Now let us simulate or let us check. Simulate means we have to verify. We have to, one can say here, I will write here verify, or I have to check. I have to check whether these rules, whether how many rules we have defined, 6 ID rules we have written here, whether these 6 ID rules, they are correct or not, they are correct or not. And for this, I have taken one string. I have taken one string, and what is the format? A raised to m, b raised to m, c raised to n, means a and b are equal. C is having any number. Getting this point? So I write here 2a, 2b and 3c. 2a, 2b and 3c, a random number of c. So this is correct string. So if these all rules perform correctly, and if the string is being accepted, so I can conclude that yes, the PDA rules which I have defined here, they are correctly defined ID rules for the PDA. That's why our PDA is now correctly designed. That is our conclusion. So let us see whether this string is being accepted or not by following each and every rule. Okay. So see here, let us simulate. We will simulate this PDA for the string AA, BB, triple C as. Now take the first one, Q0. Take the string here, input string. So this is your input string, and this is your stack symbol, right? This is your state. So here also this is your state, right? This is your input string, and this is your stack. In this side, this is your stack. So Q0, A, B, B, C, 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 Z0. Now observe the PDE as read the first character A, and the current stack is at Z0. So what is the rule for this Q0 A Z0? The rule is number one. Rule number one we have to follow. By following rule number one, it says that if the delta is like this, delta Q0 A Z0, then we have to push A inside the stack. We have to push A inside the stack. So A is read here. So this A is now pushed inside the stack. So I can write here Q0, now A, B, B. So one A is now removed, B, B, triple C, A, Z0. So this becomes stack. So this second A is now read by the PDA, whereas current stack symbol is A. So see carefully. So I have to apply rule this, that is nothing but Q0AA. So what is the output for Q0AA? So that output is nothing but Q0AA. Q0AA means what? This A I have to push inside the stack. So rule number 2 is this. This is the rule number 2. And by following rule number 2, we will get this Q0. So A is pushed here. So that here only B is remaining. BB. Sorry, here is not triple B. Only double B is there. Double B, triple C, and A Z0. So A is here now. This A is here, and C. Now at this point of time, the character read is B, and the top of the stack is A. Character read is B, top of the stack is A. So I have to follow which rule? The rule I have to follow is Q0BA, and this rule tells that I have to go for pop operation of A, that is Q1 epsilon. So Q0 changes to Q1, and now B will be removed, and this A also will be removed because A is now popped from the stack. See here, rule number 3. So rule number 3 I have to follow. So rule number 3 says that Q1, this is actually the rule number 3. Rule number 3 says that you have to change the state from Q0 to Q1, and B will be removed. Yes, of course, B will be removed. This B is removed, and only one B is there, and A is removed, so only one A is there. So this A Z0 as it is. Getting this point? Up to this is clear to you? Now again, now at this particular position, so next character read is B, and the top of the stack is A, and current state is Q1. So again we are at Q1 B A. So if this is the case, what to do here? As for rule number 4, we have to again, because B and A is here, so we have to pop A. That is nothing but Q1 epsilon. Always use epsilon to pop the stack symbol. So rule number 4 says that we have to go for Q1, then triple C will be remaining as it is, and A will be popped out. So only Z0 will be there. So see here, now the pointer moves to C. First C will be read here, and there is the stack symbol is Z0. So this is the rule Q1 C Z0. So what to do in this case? Which rule I have to follow? Q1 C Z0. So here no operation will be there. No operation means that is nothing but, what is the no operation? That is nothing but Q2 Z0. So see here, the next rule tells that Q1 C. So no operation will be followed. State remains as it is. Only C is read. No symbol is pushed inside the stack or pop outside from the stack. So that will remains as it is. Same for this C and same for the next C. No operation will be carried out. Okay, so this is the way. So you are not going to perform any operation Q1 C Z0, and finally we come to this state Q1 epsilon Z0, Q1 epsilon Z0, because now all the characters are being read. The no character input character is remaining in the string to read. So character is epsilon, and this we get here Q1 epsilon Z0, and this is Q1 epsilon Z0 means we have to go to Q2 Z0. That is nothing but our accept state. That is the accept state here. Getting this point? So as we go to the accept state, meaning is that our string double A, double B, triple C is successfully read. It is successfully read or accepted by all the ID rules which we defined for the PDA. Hence, all the rules for the PDA defined it is correct, or the whatever logic we have implemented for the design of PDA is correct, right? So this is the way how we have to perform the PDA operations. Let us go to the next example. Design a PDA for accepting a language A raised to language such that L equal to A raised to N, B raised to M, C raised to N. Now here number of A and number of C are same, whereas B is having any random number. Number of A are equal to number of C, but B is having any random number. So let us see the logic of this PDA. Just read it carefully. In this PDA, n number of A's are followed by any number of B. N number of A's are followed by any number of B's followed by n number of A's, number of C's, right? So it is described like this. So this language I write in English like this. This is the PDA. We have to design a PDA for the language. We have to design a PDA for such a language where n number of A's are followed by any number of B's, followed by n number of C's, right? So hence the logic for design of PDA is, push all A's onto the stack as it is. First, usually we do that, push all A onto the stack. Then if we read B, so do nothing, and B is skipped because we are not going to do any operation. We are not going to perform any push or pop operation on small b. So that's why we read B and we are not going to do anything. Then read C. And on each read of C, pop 1A. We have to pop 1A from the stack. It is very simple logic. Means as soon as we get A inside the input string, just go on pushing that A inside your stack. Now B is there, so if you find B, we are not going to do anything. We are not going to push or pop. But if you find C there, so this A will be popped out from the stack. This is very simple logic. Getting this point? So let us try to write the ID rules for this PDA. Okay. So ID rules are written here. First rule, as you know, that delta Q0A Z0 means we have to first push A. First A must be pushed inside the stack. That's why our stack becomes AZ0, right? Then next, delta AA. If the input is A and the stack top is A, then also we have to push this extra A, and this becomes our stack AA. This becomes our stack. Extra A is pushed onto the stack. Now B is found. If B is found in the list, then simply read B and do nothing. If B is there and A is on the top of the stack, then Q1A. So we are not going to do anything. A will be remains as it is. This A will be here as it is. We are not going to pop or not push, right? Simply read B. And if this is the case, and we are going to do here, we are only changing the state Q0 to Q1. And here, if in the state Q1, if the B is found and the top of the stack is A, then also we are not going to do skip. We are going to just skip the B. So this is the first B encountered. This is the operation for first B, and all the subsequent B. These are the all subsequent B's are there. So in the Q1 state, all B are there. We are going to skip all the B's, right? We are not going to perform any operation. Now C is found. Okay, if the C is found, we are going to pop the A. So for this C is found here in the input string and A is on the top of the stack. Just use Q1 epsilon, pop A on reading every C. And finally, we go to the Q1 epsilon Z0, means reading all the input character in the string. We reach to the epsilon string, that is the null string, and the top of the stack is Z0. Just go to Q2 Z0, means this is the accept state. We have to mark it as a Q2 Z0. So rule number 1, this is rule number 1, this is rule number 2. These two rules are for A. We are pushing this A. Now rule number 3 is there and rule number 4 is there. These are for B, means this is just read B. We can say that just read B. And this rule is, fifth rule is nothing but your pop rule for A. And the sixth is nothing but your accept rule. Sixth is for acceptance. Getting this point? So the same here. Let us simulate this for the string double A, triple B, and double C, because the number of A and number of C are equal, but B is having a random number. So let us check with whatever the PDA rules we have defined here, they are correct or not by taking one example string. So one example string is taken here. So let us start simulation. So Q0 double A triple B double C. So this Q0 A Z0 push operation. So Q0 A Z0. So yes, this A is pushed inside the stack. Now next, again A and A, again we have to push with the help of rule number 2. So we get here now double A Z0 with the rule number 2, and the input read is now B. Next character to read here in the input string is B, small b. And now see here which so this rule becomes like this, Q0 B comma A. So if the Q0 B comma A means what? If we read B, we have to do nothing. So it will remain as it is, just read B, and B will be removed from the input string. So this will be like this. So only we are going to change the state from Q0 to Q1. So Q1 double B. Now only 2B remaining here, and the remaining C A Z0. This stack remains as it is. There will be no change in the stack symbol at all. Again Q1 B A means again Q1 B CC means B is now read and it will be removed. Stack is as it is. Again follow the same rule number 4, and we get here B is removed. Now the first now the character read is C, and the top of the stack is A. Next rule is nothing but rule number 5 we have to follow. This rule tells that we have to pop A. We have to pop A. So Q1 epsilon. So Q1 epsilon means pop A. Rule number 5 gives us that this C will be removed. Now next C is this one, and the top of the stack is A. Again the same rule we have to follow, that is rule number 5, and we have to pop this A. So this A will be popped. So stack becomes empty, no symbol in the stack, and the string also becomes empty, no symbol is to read for the string. So we'll get here Q1 epsilon Z0, that is nothing but Q2 Z0. That is the final state. Okay, so Q2 Z0 is nothing but our accept state. So we can conclude that yes, the string which we have shown here, it is being accepted by the automata rule. So we can say that yes, all the rules we have defined for the PA are correctly defined. Let us go for some more examples here. Next example is A raised to N, B raised to N, C raised to M, and D raised to M. So there are now the 4 characters are there, A, B, C, D. A and B, they are having equal number, whereas C and D, they are having equal numbers, right? So let us write a logic for this. Sequence of A should be pushed onto the stack as usual. For every B as input, and A should be erased. Okay, so because they are having equal number, so for every B read, you are going to erase A. Sequence of C should be pushed into the stack. Similar way, the C should be pushed into the stack, and for every D as input, C should be erased. So for every D read, C should be erased, so that there will be no symbol remain in the stack itself. Getting this point? So just try to write the ID rules for this PDA. First rule, as it is to push operation, first A is pushed inside the stack. Delta Q0 A Z0, that is equal to Q0 A Z0. The first rule. Second rule is extra A, push extra A. A is on the input string, A is on the top of the stack, Q0 A, this becomes your stack. Extra A is pushed onto the stack. Next, number 3, delta Q0 B A. Suppose now B is read and on the top of the stack is A. What we have to perform? We have to pop the top of the stack A. This A will be popped and it is written like this, Q1 comma epsilon. So erase A on the first B read. This is first B read. We have to erase the first top of the stack. Now next operation number 4, and operation number 4 is delta Q1 B comma A. Delta Q1 B comma A, that is nothing but the state is now Q1, input string is B, and top of the stack is A. Still we have to pop the A, that's why Q1 epsilon, but state remains as it is Q1. So erase remaining A on B read. Erase all the remaining A as we go on reading B. Next rule is written for C, Q1 C Z0. So if C is found, top of the stack is Z0, then definitely what we have to do, we have to first C is pushed. This is the first C. This is same like your this condition. So first C is pushed inside the, so this is C actually. First C is pushed inside the stack, right? The next rule is sixth rule, Q1 CC. Q1 CC means all subsequent C are pushed inside the stack. All subsequent C's are pushed. So top of the stack is C. Input later read is C. So definitely this C will be pushed here. So stack becomes CC. Therefore our stack becomes CC. Now next we have to pop C after reading D. So write the rule for D here. So rule number 7, delta Q1D. D is the now input string. C is on the top of the stack. Just remove this D, remove this C. So first D, pop C. So pop C with this Q2 epsilon. Now here change the state from Q1 to Q2. Change the state from Q1 to Q2. So definitely on first D we have to pop the C. Now next rule is written, next rule number, this is rule number 8. This is the rule number 8. So Q2 DC. Q2 DC means this all subsequent C on every D they are popped. So whatever maybe the C's are inserted or they are pushed inside the stack, all will be popped out as we go on reading the D in the input string. All these subsequent C will be popped out from the stack, and the state changes now changes from Q2 to Q3 epsilon. Q3 epsilon. Getting this point? Then rule number 9, the final rule is written for the accept state. So see here how many rules we have written. Total 9 ID rules written for the PDA ID rules. We call it as a PDA ID rule. So Q3 epsilon Z0 means no input character to read here. Stack is also empty. So we have to write down Q3 epsilon, that is nothing but our accept state. Accept state, right? So see carefully how many rules are there. So these two rules are there to push A. Then these two rules are there to pop A after reading B. Read B. Now these two rules are there, push C, and these two rules are there, pop C after read of D. Getting this point? Push C, push pop C. Right. So this is the way how we are writing. This is the way how we are writing the ID rules for the string in the format A, B, C, D, where A and B are equal number, C and D are also equal number, right? So let us try one string for this PDA. Let us simulate this for a string. Only simple string is taken here, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. Let us try all these rules, whether this PDA is correct or not on the string A, B, C, D. So simulation, we will simulate this PDA for the string A, B, C, D. This is wrong here. We are writing here for A, B, C, D. So Q0, A, B, C, D, Z0. Rule number 1 we have to follow. If we find A here, we have to push A inside the stack. So it becomes A, Z0. Now at the next time, we will find A, B as input, layer, and the top of the stack is now A. And the top of the stack is now A, then we have to pop that A. Then we have to pop that A after reading the B. So our string remains only CD, and the character read is C, and the top of the stack is Z0, and the top of the stack is Z0 here. So what to do here? So we have to again push C. Means for every C, we have to push that C inside the stack. So see here, we push the C inside the stack, we get the stack as a CZ0. And the only one character is remaining in the string. Only one character is remaining in the string. That is nothing but D. That is nothing but our small d. Now the rule Q2D C. What to do here? Q2D C. We have to pop this C from the stack, and the string now becomes empty. So with this rule, we will get here Q3 state changes to Q3. The string becomes epsilon, and we got here Z0 means also string becomes empty, and our stack also becomes empty. That is nothing but our Z0. Stack is also becoming empty Z0, right? So the final state we have to follow here. So final step of the accept state we write here Q3 epsilon, Q3 epsilon. Getting this point? So this is nothing but an accept state. So as we reach to the accept state for the string A, B, C, D, we conclude that whatever may be the all 9 rules we have written for this PDA, all these rules are correct. All 9 rules which we written for this, they are correct for the given language, that is A raised to n, B raised to n, C raised to m, and D raised to m here. Getting this point? Okay. So let us go to one more example on this push down automata. So as you go on solving this example, as you go on practicing such type of example, it will become more easy, and you get a concept how to solve the examples and how to add the rules for the given PDA, so that your logic get developed here. Now here it is somewhat different one. Design a PDA that accept the strings of well-formed parentheses. So question is that we have to design a push down automata. Read it carefully. Accept the strings of well-formed parentheses. We have to design a push down automata that accepts a string of well-formed parentheses, and the parentheses are your round bracket, opening bracket, and closing bracket, the opening square bracket and closing square bracket, opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket. So these are the parentheses. So we have to design a PDA such that that will accept the string of well-formed parentheses. Now what is the meaning of well-formed parentheses? So let us see here. So this problem of checking well-formedness of parentheses is similar to problem of checking equal number of A's and equal number of B's, equal number of A and equal number of B. So, but always opening round bracket, opening square bracket, opening curly bracket, that is left parenthesis, come first, and then corresponding closing parenthesis, that is round bracket, square bracket, and the curly bracket, that is right parenthesis, will appear. So this is the meaning of well-formed parenthesis. So just try to write down the instantaneous description or the ID for the language where we have to find out the well-formedness of the parenthesis. So let us see here. So ID initially, that is in the first sequence in the state Q0, either opening round bracket, opening square bracket, or opening curly bracket will be scanned, and that all time the stack will be empty. Then we just simply push it on the stack. Simply push all the opening brackets into the stack. So write down the rules for the opening bracket. So delta Q0 round bracket Z0. Simply push this opening bracket into the stack. Again, if we found the square bracket, also push into the stack, and if the curly bracket is there, push it inside the stack, right? Further, suppose if on the top of the stack, if suppose here the initially stack is empty, or initially there is no atom in the stack, and we find there only square bracket, round bracket, and curly bracket, we just go on pushing the bracket inside the stack. Now if we read more left parentheses, then we will simply push them on the stack. So just write down the rules for this. If the top of the stack is round bracket and the input also is a round bracket, then also go on pushing. If the top of the stack is square bracket and the top is also square bracket, then also push that particular square bracket. And if the top of the stack is curly bracket and the input is also curly bracket, then also we are going to push in this particular all these particular bracket inside our stack, right? So, and we have to make all the combinations. Means all the combinations means you may have the opening bracket as a curly bracket as a input character, and you may have the square bracket as a stack symbol, or you have this particular. So let us see all the possible combinations here. So delta Q1, they now input is round bracket and the top of the stack is square bracket. Sorry, 5 मिनिटं माझं रेकॉर्डिंग चालू आहे. मी आहे ना एक अर्धा तासात बोलतो. रेकॉर्डिंग चालू आहे. Square bracket, and your opening and your top of the stack is square bracket, then also you have to push this particular round bracket into the stack. The input read, suppose you are in the input, you got the square bracket as input, and the top of the stack is square round bracket, then also we have to push that particular bracket inside the stack. So all these combinations we have to take into the account. So see here, input is a round bracket and the top of the stack is curly bracket. Input is curly bracket and the top of the stack is round bracket. Input is curly bracket and the top of the stack is square bracket. Input is square bracket and the top of the stack is curly bracket. Now reverse way, it may be possible that on the top of the stack your curly bracket is there and input is now square bracket, right? So these are all the possible combinations. Means you have the three types of bracket: curly bracket, square bracket, and the the square bracket, curly bracket, and the round bracket. So you have 3 plus 3 plus 3, total 9 operations or the 9 rules we have to write down for all these things, right? So if we read any opening parenthesis, no, all these are the left parenthesis we have written. Now if we read any opening parenthesis, we go on pushing it, right? So any opening parenthesis is there, yes, we go on pushing it on the stack. But as soon as we read closing parenthesis, means this, either you read this, either you read this, or either you read this, whether it is a curly bracket, whether it is a square bracket, whether it is a round bracket. So what we have to do here, we have to start pop operation. We have to start the pop operation, right? So delta, so write down delta Q1. Now this input is read, that is the closing round closing bracket is there, and the on the top of the stack is this particular round bracket. Then we have to go for Q1 epsilon. Means just write down Q1 epsilon means we have to pop or whatever may be the top of the stack. So this particular parenthesis will be popped from the stack. This particular parenthesis will be popped from the stack. So same way, Q1 square bracket and this square. So this is the closing square bracket, and on the top of the stack it is opening square bracket. This is also popped from the stack. And Q1 closing square bracket, and you are having opening square bracket. You are having opening square bracket. Still, sorry, curly bracket. This is also to be popped with this operation. So for pop operation, we have to always write Q1 epsilon. For pop operation, always write Q1 epsilon, Q1 epsilon, and Q1 epsilon there, right? So see here, after reading the complete input string, we will get epsilon to read, but at the same time, the contents of the stack should be removed and it should be simply contain Z0. Means at the end, you will find only Z0 in the top of the stack. So final state is written here, that is delta Q1 epsilon Z0, that gives you Q0 Z0. That gives you Q0 Z0. So let us simulate it for the string. Now take the string and we have to check whether these parentheses are well formed or not. So well formed means in the sense that for every opening bracket there should be closing bracket. This is, if this is the opening bracket in the string, there must be a respective closing bracket in that particular string. If this is the opening bracket square bracket, there must be a closing square bracket. If it is opening curly bracket, there must be closing curly bracket. So we can say that it is in a well formed manner, right? So if we check this string, this is given, it is a opening round bracket, then opening curly bracket. For this opening, yes, there is a closing curly bracket, so it is no question. Now you have the opening square bracket and there is a closing square bracket. Yes, this is also okay. Now for this opening round bracket, there is a closing round bracket. Yes, this string is in a well formed string. Getting this point? So well, meaning of well formed string is that for every opening bracket there must be a closing bracket. There must be a closing bracket here, right? So see here, let us try our rules on this particular string and let us simulate this. So just take as this. Now you have to consider this as a string. This as a string. So opening bracket, curly bracket, closing curly bracket, opening square bracket, closing square bracket, and finally close the round bracket, comma Z0. So if this is the string, this is the first input character and the stack is empty. So for all opening bracket, what we are going to do, we are going to just push it into the stack. So just push this symbol into the stack becomes this. This is again opening one. Then what we are pushing this. So push this. So here is the curly bracket, and now top of the stack, this has become our stack. Now next immediately we find that this is the closing bracket. So you have to pop this one. So after popping this curly bracket, we'll get here the character read is now opening square bracket, and on the string, on the character on the top of the stack, the closing round bracket. So we have to push this square bracket inside the stack. So stack becomes this one, then this round bracket and Z0, and now we are reading the closing square bracket. As soon as we read the closing bracket, means we have to pop whatever may be the top of the stack. So after popping this one, only in the stack contents are round bracket 0 at 0, and in the string also we remains here with the round bracket as a closing bracket, as a closing one, right? So if this is the round one, so we have to, if this we find there, definitely we have to pop the top of the stack. So after popping the top of the stack, we'll get here empty string, means the no symbol or the no character is remaining in the string, and the Z0 stack is also remains empty. So we'll get here Q0 Z0. So we have declared the rule that Q1 epsilon Z0 that is equal to Q0 Z0, and we find that this Q0 is nothing but our final state, and this is nothing but our accept state. So we reach to the accept state, and we declare that yes, this string is a well-formed string, and whatever may be the ID rules, whatever may be the rules we have defined, that are correctly defined rules for our PDA. The rules are there. So if we want to see, just look it once it again. So what all the rules we have defined that are correct, and these are the rules defined for our question. So just go through the question once again. We have to design a PDA that accept the strings of well-formed parentheses. So well-formed parenthesis string in the sense that, so but well-formed means that well-formedness of the parenthesis is similar to the problem of checking equal number of A's equal number of B's, means we have to check equal number for every opening bracket, there should be closing bracket. It is the simple logic you have to remember. For every opening bracket there should be closing bracket, but always that is left parenthesis come first and right parenthesis appear. This meaning, this is the meaning of well-formedness. So for every left parenthesis there should be a right parenthesis always. So accordingly we design the rules for this. We have designed the rules for this, right? Okay, first whatever may be the brackets, whatever may be the brackets you found here, you have to just push it. Now there may be the combination that there is a square bracket and round bracket and curly bracket on the top of the stack. Then also we have to push all these bracket inside the stack, right? So this is the combination. And if we read opening bracket, so we go on pushing it, but as soon as we read closing bracket, we have to start popping that top of the stack. So these are the three rules used for the pop operation. These are the three rules. So you have this one, you have this one, and you have this one. Closing round bracket, closing square bracket, and closing curly bracket. And the top of the stack is opening round bracket, opening square bracket, and opening curly bracket. Q1 epsilon, Q1 epsilon, and Q1 epsilon. Okay, so simulation is done. One example string we have taken here, having a opening bracket, then the curly bracket, square bracket, and closing round bracket, and we check whether our rules they are really working for this string. So yes, we found that the rules are working, and we conclude that the rules which we have designed for the well-formedness of the string, they are correct. So that is the way how to design the PDA for the example. Getting this point? Okay, so we have learned in the session push down automata. We have seen the basic definition of the automata, then the components of the automata, instantaneous description, and examples. Few more examples we have discussed in the today's session on the automata, how to write down the PDA rules, how to write down the rules, and how to actually develop a logic for the given PDA, how to think if the problem is given and it is asked to design the PDA, then a proper logic we have to apply, and after applying the logic, we have to define the rules. We have to define the rules for push operation and pop operation, and you come to know that there are only two important operations, that is push and the pop operation. So for these two operations, we have to define the rule, and finally we have to get to the accept state. We have to get to the accept state here, right? Okay, so let us stop here for the today's session.